I'm Joe Schaeffer, and I live in Vermont right now. I lived in Waterloo actually for about 17 years, and I lived on the west coast of Canada for 9 years. So I feel in a sense half Canadian, and I love Canada, but
we'll let you in.
Yeah, but I live in the States now, and I spend my life traveling all over the United States and Canada, exploring community with people. The focus of the work I do is on what I call living community. That is, what can we do with each other such that when we come together, we experience community automatically, rather than having to build community or create community in some way. Not that building community isn't fundamental and important, but that if I have certain qualities of human character, you and I can come to community more quickly. So that's the work that I do, and I do that with anyone who will have me. And my reasons for coming here are manifold. I don't do a lot of work on programs and policies. And I don't know much about programs and policies. I've read John's book, John McKnight's books, and I've read Peter Block's books, and I've, of course, read Paul's books, and I've been working with Paul for many, many, many years. But I just don't know very much about programs and policies, and I wanted to learn about them, what people are doing. And when I say doing as opposed to being, I mean what people are doing in the communities they are part of to build a sense of capacity and to build a sense of community engagement. So that's why I came, and I'm learning that. I'm sitting in every possible venue that I can find. I wish I said yesterday to one of the participants, I wish there were more of me so that I could be in more of the workshops. I wanted to go to everything, and I missed one that was very important to me yesterday, and went to one that was very important to me and learned a lot. But yeah, that's my main reason for being here, wanting to stretch my own way of seeing the world to a way that is more based on accomplishment, more focused on accomplishment of community and community development. Well, certainly John's work jumps out to me, even though I've read his books. Hearing him in person jumps out to me. The connection with democracy, which is a larger connection than I've ever made, was profound for me. And I think it's time for us to raise community development to the level of a commitment to democracy. So that stands out really for me enormously. And yesterday I sat in 2 workshops, one with Laird on intentional communities, and I was once a member of an intentional community for quite a number of years when I was a young man, just beginning my life, and in Vermont actually. So I'm returning to my home ground.
Right.
But Laird has such incredibly in-depth knowledge of what it's like to develop a community. He talked about sharing economic gifts with each other, and that's something we never accomplished in the work that we did in the community I was part of. There was too much fighting, there were too many interests that were not congruent, and so that was really rewarding for me to learn about the possibility of economic sharing of finances, of sharing of monies, of incomes. And then I went to the Circle workshop, and I do all of my work in circles, but I don't I use circles as a way of exploring community. I don't use them as traditions. And even though I'm a cultural anthropologist by education, you would think that I would see circles as related to long traditions of human experience. But I haven't used them in that way. And so what I learned yesterday was what the meaning of a circle is as a tradition, as a way of reestablishing a connection with cultures that have been in existence for thousands of years.